Hello there and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Today I'm at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. The weatherman says it's going to rain, but it doesn't matter. Disneyland is just as special in the rain. When Jeremiah was little, we came here a lot, but now that he's 22, I don't have much of a reason to come, except that I love it. So I decided not to get a pass this year. I'm just gonna come 4 times a year, once a season, and I think I'll be good. So this is a Disney artist at work. I like walking through the galleries and looking at the artwork on the walls. Not just the artwork, but there's so many things on display that you can look at that bring back so many memories, like this one of yesterday. So many pictures of what old Disneyland used to look like. I love looking at the artwork because it makes me think, like, maybe if my life would have been different, I could have been a Disney artist. I like to pick out a theme for the day. So for today, my theme is going to be Tiana and Princess and the Frog. I love the princesses that I can relate to the most, and for me, Tiana just has a special place in my heart. She had the most dresses of all the princesses. I love this blue one. So I got my ears, thank you Jessica, and I got my nails to match my Princess and the Frog theme. So we started the day with a breakfast at the Carnation Cafe. The sandwich was yum. So this is the first time I come back to Disneyland since the COVID shutdown, but it doesn't feel like I was gone that long. It seems like everything stays exactly the same. So we started our day in Adventureland and kind of walked around for a little bit. So one thing about Disneyland is that every single thing that you look at has a story. For example, Juanita told me the story about this little elf that lives in this tree. I've heard the story before, but for some reason it doesn't stick and I can't always remember it. So something about he agreed to the building of Disneyland as long as he had a place to live. So our first ride of the day was Indiana Jones. We had a Daz Pass, so we were able to get to the front of the line. So cool though, so cool. Loved it. So this is one of those rides that you cannot have your phone on your hand. It's super bouncy, super fun. If you've never been on it, it's a must. So I watched the movies when I was a kid, but now that I'm older, they're so hard to get into because the technology is so advanced now that when you watch old movies, it's just kind of like, eh. So the rain started kind of early. This is the second time I get rain at Disneyland, and both times I'm wearing the wrong shoes. But anyway, we had lunch at the Jazz Kitchen, keeping with my New Orleans theme. I'd never been here, and Disneyland is so much more fun to me when I do things that I've never done before. I'm definitely coming back. Love the food. And of course, the decoration. Everything I love about New Orleans. I initially wanted to have a mint julep, but when I saw this pumpkin spice martini, I immediately changed my mind. So I'm eating light. Since we just had the sandwich, I thought, okay, well, a chicken salad. You know, you have to make your reservations and you can't change your plans. Disneyland in the fall is just so warm and cozy, and the rain just made it extra special. I decided that I like to photograph candy apples. I never buy them, and when I do buy them, I never eat them. So I just like to photograph them. We took the train back into Disneyland from downtown, and of course, we gotta make a stop in Star Wars Land. Galaxy's Edge. We went on single rider. So I rode the Millennium Falcon by myself with all these people that I don't know. I was an engineer way in the back. I just had to press all these little buttons. I haven't had a chance to be pilot, which is okay. I think there's like way too much pressure up there because you're actually moving the ride. So fun. Anyway, we got out of there, and that's when the rain got really serious. Everybody cleared out. Everybody was hiding, waiting for it to stop. Here in Cali, it doesn't rain for long periods of time. It just kind of like pours for a second, and then it stops. Check out this pumpkin churro. That was so good. Okay, so next, pirates, of course. I didn't record much of the ride inside. It's really dark, and at this point I started getting sleepy, so I just took advantage to relax and shut my eyes for a little bit. So of course, like any sleepy girl here in Disneyland, you gotta get some coffee. And yes, there is a Starbucks here on Main Street. So we made it back to Adventureland, and this time we're getting on the Jungle Cruise. There's a little bit of a hype because of the new movie, so we were excited too, thinking it was going to be very different. And it wasn't. It was pretty much the same. It's still fun. It does feel like you're in a different place, that you're actually on safari somewhere. When you get a chance to look at the park from a bird's eye view, you can see that it's not very big. So it makes me wonder how they do so much in such a small space. Very cool. Very impressive. Now that I'm a garden girl, I always stop and look at the plants. Disneyland is known around the world for one of the finest examples of beautiful gardens. Fantasyland. So we got on, what was it? Snow White. We got on the Snow White ride and hung out here in Fantasyland for a little bit. We actually had dinner here as well. I didn't photograph dinner because at this point I was kind of squishing around the park in my wet shoes. We made it back to Galaxy's Edge at nighttime because you have to come back at night when everything is lit up. And unless you're my age and up or Jeremiah's age and down, you really can't appreciate Star Wars. You have to go all the way back to the 70s to get it. Okay, so this was a highlight for me. I had never been on the Mark Twain boat. Can you believe that? So this is the first time I got on the boat, and I loved it. I was able to stop and like really soak it in. Walk around the whole boat. I walked on every floor. It was really neat. I was most impressed with the lights. Like little fireflies, little soldier fireflies all lined up along the boat. I always thought that the boat was named after the author Mark Twain, but in reality, Mark Twain took on the name from a term that was used on riverboats. The sailors would yell Mark Twain when they knew that the river was deep enough for the boat to take off. The author's actual name was Samuel Clemens. That's pretty interesting. So after our riverboat adventure, of course, I had to pick up souvenirs. Until next time. Thanks for watching. See you soon.